Well, the Jewish community here in Northeast Ohio with heavy hearts right now. Their love and prayers are with Australia.
Yeah, Michelle Nick spoke with the president of the Jewish Federation of Cleveland on how they're keeping the community safe during these times.
All right, you guys hold on to that together. Are you ready? Here we go. Let's all join together.
The traditional lighting of a candle as Northeast Ohio families celebrate Hanukkah here at the Maltz Museum in Cleveland. Determined to carry on, their hearts heavy as they mourn precious lives lost in that Australia terrorist attack. Erica Rudin-Loria is the president of the Jewish Federation of Cleveland.
I was horrified and so sad. We're a small Jewish people, but we're a very large family. We know that there's hate out there. We know that there are threats to the Jewish community.
The local Jewish Federation spends $6.2 million every year, mostly donations to pay for their own armed security at all Jewish festivities and synagogues. The president of the Jewish Federation of Cleveland tells me it's important that all of our community can feel safe to live their lives peacefully.
Given what's going on in the world right now, the local police are increasing patrols. They've asked that we all remain vigilant. We want to keep our community open and engaging.
Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years.
And because the Jewish holiday Hanukkah is about hope and bringing light to the world, the families of 6 Israeli hostages executed in Gaza want the world to see this newly released video, showing them finding their own way to light a makeshift menorah made of paper cups.
In the worst of times, Jews have still celebrated Hanukkah. So whether they were hiding from the Nazis and lighting.
Reporting in Beechwood, Michelle Nick, 19 News.
Well, 20